parts of that process. And so today was, how do you help kids give each other feedback instead of you always the one grading papers and giving them feedback. So I filmed for that. I also am working on national board certification. So I filmed for that.
Gotcha.
And then national board, when I've tried it before, just watching myself just is a great reflection tool.
Yeah.
So sometimes when I'm trying something new and I'm wondering really, with this coming off the way I think, I'll film myself and watch it.
Okay. So do you think that there would be a way to use that maybe for a fourth purpose to maybe help those kids that miss class?
I never thought about it. Yeah. Add that to the model.
At Moto, I'm working with Eric Heilman on to learn more about, because I used it way back in the day and I'm kind of real rusty. Honestly.
And they changed a lot.
So can you upload videos like that? Is that something? So the kids are supposed to go in there and looking at the notes and looking at, so they could actually view the lecture or your highlighted piece of the instruction if it was videotaped. So, okay.
Yeah,
cool.
really good.
So I guess my next question then is how long before we can see the amazing Miss Norfar on Moto?
Well, shoot, nowadays it's so easy to all you got to do is grab the film, and actually on the iPad you can edit it down.
Yeah.
As necessary, and then you just put it in your library.
Okay.
That's the easiest way for the kids to see it, so they can always go back to a folder of the content and don't have to worry about the feed. I don't know if you remember that feature at Moto.
Yeah, I remember
it's
that.
kind of like a Facebook feed.
Right.
So if you're a person, like I say, it's been 2 weeks ago, going 2 weeks worth of feed would be too hard.
Right.
But there's folders that I've created based on topics.
Right.
So they can go to the rational functions folder and find the video.
Awesome. So do you think you could get that video from him today, or do you think this might be something we start tomorrow?
It was using my iPad.
Oh, it was yours. Okay, I didn't realize that. Okay, awesome.
I'll put that up today.
Will you? Is it still where you have to invite people to your class?
Yeah. I have to send you the code.
Would you send me an invite? That would be awesome. I'd love to see it. So I think that would really help with the kids that missed, because that one little gal, she didn't ask. I mean, he was very vocal at the front and said, "Hey, I don't know what I'm doing," and she just kind of looked around at everybody, and the guy across from her went, "Hey, this is what you're doing." And so, but I think if they knew that they could go and see, especially those key instruction pieces, that would be really good. And then that's saved also. You could even move those to a class for the math department, and those could be viewable there too. So awesome. Well, what question, or do you have any questions for me? Or?
Do you have any more suggestions?
I mean,
I love that one.
Yeah, that was the big thing I saw, and I really liked that. For our feedback, we're really focusing on one particular thing that we saw each time, and that's one of the things you sent me. Right, was all about how it really struck me hard, because it was.
I send you so much.
I know. I can't remember the lady, the author of it, but she was like, she basically said, whether you take this feedback quiz, are you giving good feedback, and are you giving too much or too little feedback?
Jackson.
Yes. So I took that, and it was like, it was just an eye opener, because I kind of always came at it from the perspective of, I'm going to share as much of my brilliance as I can, and it really, the research there was really like, focus on one thing at a time. Once that's taken care of, focus on something else. But really, our focus has been on student engagement, and your kids were, 22 of 22 were dead on. And so it was a really good lesson. I will send you, and actually I already did, because I couldn't get it to save as a draft. We used a form at Wilson for critique of performances or critique of artworks and things like that. And it's got like 4 or 5 different steps and some guiding questions that went with them. So it might be something that you could borrow from or not. But the last piece is really the question of where you were at today of, now what do we do? What feedback or critique do we give them? But it kind of walks them through the process of, in your head, describe what they did, analyze what they've done, and just kind of walks them through like 4 or 5 different steps before they get to this actual math critique. So it might be something to look at, just to see if something you could borrow from. Some of the guiding questions, it's on an elementary level, so the guiding questions are, describe what were they wearing. But that might be something. So I sent that to you via email. So if there's any of that, take a look at. But I really appreciate you letting me come in and letting us do the taping today.
Yeah, Thank you for sending that. I only have like 2 protocols that I've used a lot, but I need more for critique and revision, and
Yeah.
especially when I was even thinking of the star and the question.
Mm-hmm.
I love the idea of what you're sending me as possibly a way for them to process before they give the praise question suggestion.
Right.
Like a checklist. Almost
Yeah,
Can be
yeah. Let me know, because if you like it, that format, I've got one on collaboration, and I've got one on. It was on reading. What was I can't think of the lesson of the way that it was worded, but I've got a couple more actually from different Kennedy Center presenters that would bring it in, and we would adapt it to Wilson standards and stuff like that. So.
Yeah. I would love both of those.
Okay, awesome. I will send them your way.
All right.
Awesome.
Thank you
No
so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
This was perfect.